Hello, and welcome to Paint Yourself into the Picture, the on-air coaching show where we focus on designing our best lives and creating the best picture of our future. I'm Reba, best-selling author and coach, and I'm so glad you're here. My guest today is Barry Selby, known as the love doctor to his friends and clients.
Before we get to Reba and Barry's coaching session, let's have a teaching from Coach Reba.
Hi, I'm Reba Linker, and today's teaching is about courage. I'm not sure when this segment is going to air, but it is the very first segment that we're recording for this brand new show, Paint Yourself into the Picture. And the only thing I can say is I'm glad we're recording on a Thursday, because on Monday, I was pretty much a wobbly blob of jello, kicking and screaming inside my own head and heart, going, I'm not ready. I'm not good enough yet to do this. I can't do this. And one of the teachings that I wanted to offer you first was one that involved pouring from a pitcher of water. And I thought to myself, the fear spoke out and said, I can't do that exercise first because what if my hands are shaking too much to do it? And I have to tell you, dear audience, that I'm not afraid of you, but these were the voices inside my head, the voices of fear. And when I said that about the water, this fire came up inside me, and it said, let your hands shake and do it anyway. You've got to follow your dreams, feel the fear, and do it anyway. And then I determined, no matter if my hands are shaking, or if my voice is an octave higher than it normally is, or if I quack like a duck, whatever happens, feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's what actually is so exciting about the show. It's live, it's unscripted, and nobody knows exactly what's going to happen between me and my guests and you, my beloved audience. If I were to give in to the fear, that would be to lock myself in a prison of my own devising, a prison with walls made out of, I'm not ready yet, I'm not good enough yet. So courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. I want to make a very clear distinction here between feeling the fear and doing it anyway, and something that I call muscling your way through something. And that's a skill I have I've used for a long time, where I just powered through, I ignored my feelings, and just powered through it and muscled through. And that was suppressing my emotions. And when I muscled through and powered through like that, it felt like I was lugging a heavy bag behind me. I was just carrying all those unexpressed emotions behind me, and that affected everything that I did. But I thought that I had to suppress those emotions. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway is completely different. It's acknowledging what you're feeling. It's allowing those feelings to have their voice. But it is choosing to follow your dream anyway. It is choosing to follow that path that made your heart sing in the first place and say, gosh, wouldn't it be fun to have a TV show? So my gift to you today is courage. And I want to give you an exercise to help develop that courage from my best-selling book, Imagine Self-Love. It's a journal, and this exercise can be found on page 53. And it's a 3-part exercise, and I'll break it down for you. The first part is, do one brave thing. And this could be your exercise for the week. You could do it all week long or plan one brave thing. And I want to be clear that what's brave for one person is not the same as what would be brave for the person next to you. So, for example, for one person, it might take a lot of courage to go eat or go to the cinema by themselves. For the other person, it might take more courage to call up a friend, maybe a new friend, and say, hey, you want to go eat eat dinner with me or go to the movies with me. So it's very personal. It could be something big, or it could be something small. It could be just saying something that you've been afraid to say, but that you feel that you need to say. Or it could be starting a new hobby or taking a new class. So decide to do one brave thing this week. The second part of the exercise is the way in which you do it. And I want to encourage you to do it with the attitude of the scientist. I want you to do it not for the result, or that you would necessarily have a successful or unsuccessful result, but to do it more as a scientist, where you're observing how it feels when you're doing this brave thing that you've challenged yourself to do. And then last is to celebrate your action. And again, we're going to separate the result from the experience. So we're going to celebrate the fact that you did this brave thing, irregardless of the results. So this is kind of huge, and I want to stop here and pause and just ask, do you dare approve of yourself completely for this effort that you just made? Do you realize what we're doing here? We are completely changing the paradigm of our lives. We've been taught that the results are all that matter. And in this new paradigm, it is the attempt, it is the experience, it is the effort that matters. This unfolds in many, many ways. It means that you accept yourself where you are, and you accept the fact that your effort was the best that you could do at that time. So do your brave thing, observe the experience, and last but certainly not least, approve and reward yourself for doing that brave thing, whether or not you'd want to do it ever again. Thank you.
To see the rest of this episode, click on the link below the video now. You'll be glad you did. Are you still here? What are you waiting for? Click on the link below the video now to see the rest of this epic episode.